But once again, we are also back pedally small boy Oluman in Ghana. But I had a Oluman's TV purposely no. If I say her near me and no any helps. And they are that you would do not quite sorry, aqua cosmunian coupon. And in the topic I hear treaty after church. When you after church, topic I hear treaty said religiosity and spirituality. A DNA religiosity, the DNA spirituality. Was said the any say, Nemudia he and a superior. Emudia he was ye look towards to. Nemudia he and a ye. Emudu do na ka religiosity ya. Ya adwene say obi a sorry jare kwatena so dem nko and a obi a religiosity because on there be kwa so enjoy religious. Ya adwene no. And emudu do na nso tese say spirituality, we are spiritualist. We do ye say ya. Ya adwene say e obi o ye juju. Ya adwene say obi o ye aduro. Ya say obi o hunu form. Ya say obi o chese ye wo a lot of misconception. E wo sa enema mienu we ho. Na no na wo so back pedoli small boy Oluman in Ghana. Ma fa de be ato me ho so. Obabu say na heal yourself we. E ho ne haban na ha no eye some things are enye haban. Essence ye ni bre tam no dey ebre ni swa. Una hu ni say bre ni doso. Ye woni ama bebre wo se esua with limited time. Enipa ye nche wo asase su obi nim da obewu. Enti ye wo say de de ama no wo deliver in tem. Na ho ye de be eto. Isramu obi anfa bia ma ye sua de Ghana for de ye very quick. Ye mra so. Si ye kaso obi ye religiosity a. First thing obi a okwa asole. The word religious means to religio, to connect to your back source. Say we connect bibi, say we hwe bibi asan ko wachi. Enti no ya bedu baabi. Ene ye pese baabi e free buy no. Baabi e free buy no ye source no ye hwe baabi e wo. Enti ye source ene hen. So house there no. Ebi a me ye tani ene ma free northern region ba dey no maka na me pese me san hwe machi ekomachi. That is to reconnect, to religio, ene friend religiosity. Enti say wo osum bi no. Religiosity ne say who did some religious rules be so and to SDA for Mumra, Matis for Mumra, Nina Mun connected with God and religiosity links with culture. A way a group of people live into social so be equa sorry and your bonnet as I say, or you share baby or free and walk connected to. Young him say ye part and parcel of the supreme being when you poor boy and say the Suban and the Cecil. But young him quite pass the continue, sorry, I put you and Yankopon and Wasam. I share the onion in the end, yet me are connected back to our source, that is connect to God. And so here, or so many near and chest ampa, or the past messiah the bay, assuming I mean, pass messiah and Yamisumini, and it pass messiah the bay, a religiosity, and put your religious soul, where you say you because of the way that person acts, no, actually, sent Yanamitaka say, yes to Christ as senior for and not more and your Christ of that a Yomusubai, and the word Christians. And to me know ye sooner ye did actually say ye Muslim, ye Christian, ye traditionalist, and as ye Buddhist, ye Hindus, ye Shintoism, ye Krishnas, ye Den, and ye sue obedient the better say, who ye say. And to obey a religiosity, the same as spirituality, and that's the difference at the bay and a young you can say a part 1 to when you part 1 of this religiosity and spirituality because a very huge as soon I ain't been treating in that and to near born. You will be about tithe is behind part 1. Until then, you part 1 version of this, part 1 version of the tithe. Now the next day, no, you heard this animal at the asosu. Until you have religiosity, no, Usubanu ni yenina, no, name one religiosity, no, who say, a fan or the bay, or you be to impress someone, and into Yamu Bibiano, Epasea, dear Meso Obiani. That is religiosity, but obey religiosity, and your but is it the same as spirituality? And I say, obey my religiosity without being a spirituality, and obey my spirituality without being a religiosity. So your religiosity, I have to connect into a free religiosity and your core spirituality. I say will be free class 1, not all core class 2. That is the same way from religiosity moves you to spirituality because a religiosity no and a child they do and they don't from the infancy. And a child will say, when in Yankopon and Yankopon to say, into a Christopher him say, Yankopon ya hum. But God is a spirit indeed. But God is a personality with a form, with a hands, with head, with eyes, with everything that we don't know. And then it just will be a spirituality. Religiosity, no, it follows the rules and regulations of that religion. But a spirituality follows the rules and regulations of this universe, the rules and regulations of nature. And this will be a spirituality, or no dear, or your juju, or no dear sabio, or any, or no dear say, no, being a spirituality need to say, or you'll be a who said, the soul within that person, the soul within me, Richard, is the same that resides in that dog. That being a religiosity, spirituality. Spirituality in him say, Sabin brothers, and you may change who say, na saa nneɛma no nyinaa firi onyankopɔn mu na spirituality no nim sɛ yɛse the truth of everything no ɛyɛ sei nti being a spirituality no yɛsɛ who follow the laws of nature ɛdeɛ nti nyankopɔn yɛ agya ne yɛde agya yɛ dɛn ɛdeɛ nyankopɔn bɔɔ nda ne yɛde ɛna yɛ dɛn ɛdeɛ nti na me nkoa mewɔ me din ɛdeɛ nti na me titi sei na aboa te sei meyɛhwɛ sɛ wohu nti ne religiosity no ɛkyerɛ wo bibi and spirituality will also teach you something but religiosity moves you to spirituality nti ɛyɛ step by step nti obi yɛ spirituality a ɛno no follow the laws of nature na ebi ne dɛn yɛka kyerɛ wo sɛ onyankopɔn hyɛ mma ɛna ne mmerɛ nti onim sɛ wɔdua aburo a aburo ɛnso hɔ nom a onim sɛ aburo wɔ ne mmerɛ na onim sɛ aburo yɛde yɛsɛn onim sɛ fire the truth of fire ne sɛ ɛwɔ heat anaasɛ ɛyɛ heat the truth of water ne sɛ ɛyɛ tasteless. That is the power of spirituality. And there is a content based on everything. You cannot take heat from fire. It can be together. The flesh and the blood are together. And in human beings, we are produced to serve. And to some religiosity, you can change being a religiosity and say a Christian religion to a Muslim religion. At any point in time. And into that will be a Christian and also be a Kramoni. Obi ekramoni and also me say, but being a spirituality is eternal. You can never run away from it. Nyankopon boy say yembesom. And to be a me nsum nyame, me hunu say me spirituality, me religiosity, but I serve. Obana oni netino, otomanidi, osomo no, ohwa wo mba, o serve obi. Oman na wotimu no, ye wo president, ye wo hini wom, you serve those people. Service, you cannot take it from man. To be in a spirituality, no, mama yan clicking to near master say, and you obi or your malam, and you be your comfort, and you be your D4, and you be say you can be based on the way you act. Onu who nipa nyina say, yan nyina ye pet, yan nyina fi nyankopon, onu who say where you say, onya nipa mu yimu, essence on him say in the spiritual realm, no, there is no difference between male and female. Gender doesn't exist. And to be a spirituality, on no name say onipaduane three forms. You were the body, the metaphysical body, and the super soul, the spirit. That is how it is. But being a religiosity, no, who say, I feel na sorry, I can't be to impress, I feel na try to do something. But being a spirituality, it teaches you everything around. And to be a spirituality, the universe itself is your book. You accept any religious book. And to say and Kramofomu do donano and the Bible and the same thing applies to Christians. They don't accept the Quran, but being a spirituality, no, on him say the Quran has its own truth. The Bible also has its own truth. And to on him say being a Christian is not a crime, a way to a spirituality. That is the power of you being a spirituality. Being a Muslim is not a crime, it's a way through. And a being a spirituality nature will say, you will assume be any yomuye, and your tribe will be any yanko de mamu, and your omoy be any yanko shamano, and your generation be any yomuya debe, omoye, and to me who will be a Christiania. I am happy sending Pania Christoni, not because on I'm the right path, but because that person is trying to learn. The same thing applies to being a Muslim. Mimi nyanyi yimu, obi be asma awesome. It doesn't mean I'm spirituality, I'm not trying to be. Me sure say what get me close. Now, yes, this topic is too deep, too wide. I ain't been treating a day anyway. And to me, say it is better to be in a spirituality than to be in a religiosity. But we passes through a religiosity to become a spiritualist or a spirituality. And to you move through a sorry, nemo me and castle into tia solomon, being a correct religious man. No, men can see me some quane, men can say, well, my sorry, a wire, yes, a woman, being a religiosity, you are not qualified to be. But on your spirituality, no, on him say, on your religiosity, on your name, a process, a channel that person is passing through. Me assure say, among for Benjamin, men tag me with any sum, minia for Sumbia. I am here to speak what I intend to speak. I am here to tell you what you don't know. So I at times name it the bitter to the painful to the hidden truth. That's what I will put it. And you're bad to be in any Christian churches, and you're bad to be in any Islamic mosques, and you're bad to be in any traditional shrine, and you're bad, but it is bad for you to treat people as an animal. It is bad for you say obey ni pamunyi yimu. It is bad for you say obey tagi obi say odie. Unkwa sorry we say. Being a spirituality no, a way to you say accept everybody. Try to teach everybody. And to tell your spirituality, chenye, you were suffering me brother, they tag themselves to be a spiritualist. Sana konfoni bitie, sana herbalist foni bitie. Na say oh your spirituality, the good one. It also teaches you say don't use advantage of people. For example, the unimuno men depend on it for money. Who your software based on the written knowledge that you have. What is to see among for some medium your spirituality because who move you are not qualified to be a spirituality. Because being a spiritualist, no, unim say enyema when now you not take it anywhere. A temporal. Unim say nyahan ye free. There is somewhere we are heading towards to. And the other now uji bibia for who just because of say who was some spiritual potency be just because of say Ghana for him the difference between religiosity and spirituality. We are thinking say obi ya hu nyema kakra bi obi timi hu metaphysical thing bi obi timi ya bibi kakra bi keka nyema bomo we tag that person to be a spiritual man, which is not true. Being a spirituality is the way you think, the way you behave, the way you worship, the way you see the supreme forces. Who respect any hierarchy. Unjudge obi say obi yakito obi yakese. You knew say there is no big and small in the spiritual realm. Although God is superior, your hierarchies no your archangels, demigod, gandalves and those. Yes, but you being a human being, tagging yourself to be a spirituality, no, take care no as advantage to do people. Where sir why? We didn't best here for the part one, no. Next time they make up part 2 of being a spirituality and religiosity. The difference between a spirituality and religiosity. Wa wo kwa so be Yakopon bi osuru hyiama wo nne na nso nya wo de ne obi bia ye ne wa nkwa so wa wo ko ba bi SDF o nkramofo obi bia Yakopon hye wo mu nne mo mfa enkame ono nso mie kwamento wani we yoso back but those small boy Oluman in Ghana aye Oluman TV esan say me mpese me kriki we no with the helps no, that is the heal yourself group no but the same ayemia but aha no enye helps aha no the words of wisdom, the mystical secret, some truth to be a hu a bebo. After this video me be one be about tight. The baby be about tight. When the tree tight, the other tight here, didn't know say tree tight. The baby near so tight. Now percentage is it true or false? Shalom.